Guys, all the cars that you see in these videos are for sale on my website, www.woodsandbarclay.com. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, we're over here at Scott's shop. It's very windy. Hopefully the camera's not picking up all the wind noise. But today we're working on the 1984 300D in Astral Silver. And Scott is working his magic on the original paint. We're doing so it's like a three-stage sanding, buffing, polishing process. And to bring this original paint back as good as we can get it, I think that's a Trizact. It's a 3M product that he's using. So I'm going to go ahead and let Scott finish working on this, and then we will you can see it already looks pretty damn good to start with, but we're going to try to make it look even better. And I'll come back here in a couple of hours and we'll take a look at it. Scott, can I interrupt you?
No.
What are you doing here?
Leaning my head against the wall.
What does this do for original paint like this?
Well, it should improve it. Technically, sanding is not something that all detail shops do. As a matter of fact, the president of the U.S. Detailing Association and I had a conversation, and when she found out that I was sanding cars, she said that's automotive auto body, and I said no, it's
yeah.
not. I said it's just an extension of automotive detailing. It's just a lot more in depth.
But you're right. Typically, you only see this type of work at an auto body shop. Most detailers
don't do it. They don't have the patience for it. I mean, I've been detailing over 40 years. I've been sanding cars for at least probably close to 30. And every paint job is different. Some you can do this to. Others you absolutely should not try it.
You have to be very careful.
Well, you've got to know, because if it's a single stage paint, you're pulling off more pigment. I mean, that's all you're pulling off is pigment. And if you aren't really sure of how, they've got all these fancy gauges. You can spend up to a couple of grand on a paint gauge. But the thing of it is, it's basically a trial and error thing. You could go to school for it, I suppose, but this is something I picked up from somebody else, and one of the first cars I ever did was two cars. Was a 6.3 and a 6.9 out of a car collection. And I'd never sanded a car in my life.
Man, those are some pretty nice cars to have as your first.
They're extremely nice cars out of that collection. And, he goes, I have faith in you. I'm like, okay.
So this is, you do several different grits.
Well, you can a lot of guys in the body shops and stuff start with 600. Way too heavy.
You start with like 1,000,
I start with
right?
1,000. I've got 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. Those are all dry papers. And then you go 3,000, 5,000, 8,000. You can go all the way up to 10,000 grit in wet paper.
Yeah.
But, everybody's like, why would you even want to go that high? Because the higher you go, the less you really have to buff.
Okay.
Because once you get up to 10,000, you can hit it with a foam pad and it'll come out like this truck behind you. I mean, and that truck right there, I'm still going to have to sand that.
Gosh, that looks pretty damn good, though.
That was a full frame-off restoration 11 years ago. And the guy that did that paint job has been building cars for 50-plus years. He's 84 years old. So. Well,
on this one, I'd like to preserve this original paint. And guys, like I said, it's pretty damn nice already. You can see there's like there's a little flaw right there, and there's some flaws in it.
That's what the sanding is made to do. It's made to eliminate some surface defects, lessen the orange peel in the paint job. And
they look way better than they ever did from the factory.
Well, the thing is a lot of companies they use a lot of orange peel, I think, because it hides a lot of defects in the body. But when you sand some of these cars, that's why I tell some people, oh, you got to sand it. Well, the problem is sometimes there's a reason for the orange peel.
Yeah.
Once you take all that orange peel out and you look down the side of a car that's, like, say I just did a 58 Chrysler the other day. Big car, long panels, deep panels. You sand a car like that, you see all the body work.
It exposes all of
you
it.
see all the, because, when you got huge panels, it's hard to keep them perfectly straight, and they dent real easy. Mercedes
was pretty damn good about straight panels.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone that we've sanded, they're like glass.
All of the older cars from like 89 back are built like tanks. These newer Mercedes, it's like they cover them with tin.
Well, let's
the metal's not the same anymore.
Let's let Scott, we'll go ahead and walk around back here. Let's let him finish what he's doing, and we're going to come back and take a look when he's done. All right, guys, we're back over here at Scott's place, and let's see the progress on the hood of the Astral Silver 84 300D. Guys, look at that. That is original paint. This, look, you can see there's the shop reflection. There's the garage door right there. This is way better than any factory finish. And I made a judgment call on this one. Being original paint, it did have some flaws in it. Let's see. See that right there? And there was a couple of marks right there. But I did not want to repaint this entire car, being all original with original paint. So we have preserved it as best we can, and I think this came out amazing. It looks absolutely beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and do the rest of the car. And this is absolutely, this car is 62,000 miles, original paint vehicle. Very, very happy with how this came out. You can see there was another little flaw right. Yep, there you go. There's a little spot right there. Now, we did have touch-up paint in the correct Astral Silver, so we have filled it there. There you go. But, man, that stuff is barely noticeable, and I would much rather keep the car in its original paint. That looks absolutely fantastic. Here we are, guys, over at Scott's, and he is currently detailing the 84 300D. You can see there's still compound over here, and the tape is still protecting the trim and the grommet for the antenna, etc. Ooh la la! He's right in the middle of it, so I'm not going to disturb him. Wow, that feels really good. Scott, what am I looking at here? I can't tell. Have you done this side? Okay, so you've done this side, and now you're finishing up over there. Oh, that's all he's got left over there. Guys, he's been working on this. It's like 6:30, and he has been buffing and polishing since 10 this morning. So it's no joke when we do these cars, guys. We do it right. Wow. Sweat equity. The anodized aluminum trim on this car is outstanding. There you go. Look at that. Very nice. Yeah, this looks fantastic. So this is the original paint, you guys. This is Astral Silver, and now that's a base coat, clear coat. So this does have a clear coat over it. Wow. That bumper looks really nice. Looks like he's polished the bumper very well.
I just finished putting the emblems on the trunk lid.
Oh, you took all the emblems off and polished underneath them. And what are we doing up here?
They were, the amount of dirt and stuff piled up behind those things was amazing.
Thank you for taking them off.
That's the only way to get it. You can't, you know, to take the time to get in there with the Q-tips.
That doesn't work right anyway.
Sorry.
You got to take them off if you want to do it right.
I mean, it's not something you should do all the time, and you got to be extremely careful when doing it.
Yeah, because those things bend pretty easy if you don't know
Well,
what you're
they
how
can
to.
break.
Yeah.
If you're not careful, you can break the pegs. What I'm doing right now is chasing sanding marks that are still in the finish. And I think I've got them out finally.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And it's not something anybody else is possibly going to see. It's something that I'm going to see.
Yeah, Scott sees a lot of stuff that most people don't even notice, but once he shows you what to look for, then you'll start to see the things he sees, and he corrects all that and fixes those things. So let's let Scott go ahead and finish. I'm going to stay out of his way here, and the next video y'all are going to see on this car is the walk around video. Now, in addition, you know, in the beginning of the videos, you guys saw how I refinished the original suspension in the semi-gloss black. And Scott, in addition, has gotten up here. Wow, look how clean that is. And cleaned under the chrome bumper. The bumpers are not anodized aluminum. That's actually chrome. And on this car, you can still see that's the original Cosmoline wax. See, if you put your fingernail on it, see how it scrapes off? Just a little, it'll come off. That's the waxy substance the factory would spray up in here to keep things from rusting. Yeah, I see you did the trunk pan and everything. Yeah, it looks fantastic back here. I see how you did the trunk pan, and yeah, it looks really good.
Use my little microfiber wheel brush to get up behind between the bumper and the
Oh, this little guy here.
see how much clearer those emblems are.
Yeah, so all the emblems have come off the car, so you can get behind them, because really there's no way to clean properly without removing the emblems. You can try to get in there with a Q-tip or whatnot, but it doesn't work right. You have to actually remove them and then buff and polish underneath.
And then before I put them back on, I took a brass bristle brush and cleaned all the residue off the back side of them.
Ah, so it doesn't just go right back on there with all the dirt.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense to put dirty emblems back on, you know, the clean finish.
So you've even cleaned the back of the emblems. That's doesn't get much more detail than that, you guys. Scott has also gotten up in the fender wells. You can see the original. That's the original paint up there. He's pressure washed and cleaned up in there. There we go. See, there's the original Cosmoline wax spray from the factory. That appears like it's dirt, but that's actually Cosmoline with a little dirt mixed into it. But see how clean it is in here? That's extremely clean. Of course, you see the upper control arms are new. I replaced all that stuff. Just wanted to give you guys a peek on the interior. Those are the original blue MB Techs. That's near, I would say, flawless condition. Pretty remarkable. That's all the original wood. You can see there's a little crack forming right. Well, it's hard to see. Let's see if I can get a better. Well, there's a little crack forming right here in the wood, but it's hard to see. That's pretty pretty remarkable though. 62,370 miles. Absolutely beautiful. And of course all the mats are already wrapped